There is a partial verdict in the Diddy case. After 2 days, the jury has reached unanimous decisions on 4 of the 5 counts.
The problem is that 5th count means that we don't get to find out what the verdicts are on the other 4 because they are hung up on racketeering.
Which is what we talked about for days now, that racketeering from the get-go has been the problematic count
it is a
for
very
the prosecution.
complicated charge.
And a lot of people saying it's square peg, round hole, that we know that there are multiple jurors on both sides. It's not just one holdout, that on racketeering, they are stuck. But they have reached a decision on sex trafficking as it results with Cassie. They've reached a decision on the Mann Act, the interstate transportation of a sex worker, as to Cassie. They have reached a decision, unanimous, on sex trafficking as to Jane, and they have reached a decision on the Mann Act as to Jane.
So, but what does this mean? What's confusing is all of those things that you just said are also included in the racketeering count.
So we don't know what the vote is.
So we don't know what the vote is. It's hard to read what they possibly came up with.
Let me read between the lines on what you're saying, because with Charles, I think it's just a valid point that you need to find 2 crimes in order to apply the RICO statute, the racketeering statute. If they found Diddy guilty on the Mann Act, which is the most likely as to both Jane and Cassie, those are 2 illegal counts. And therefore,
so we think they'd have enough.
So what I'm saying to you is, and I said to you all along, which is Diddy really the racketeer that people are used to hearing?
And so you think that perhaps there's a juror or 2 or more
than one,
who are confused about the racketeering. Like, how can this be racketeering if it's just Diddy doing it?
And the reason I say that is we know early on there was one juror, remember, where the jury said he's not following the law.
Juror 25.
And I said to you, I think this is a racketeering charge, that it just...
that's the one they were hung up on.
So we don't know as to the other 4 whether Diddy has been found guilty or not guilty, but there's a hint that with Cassie, the jury asked to review a transcript where
she was talking about a flight from Cannes to New York.
Right.
And this is the flight where Diddy said to her, he testified that he showed her a video of a freak-off that she participated in and said, if you don't participate in another freak-off when we get to New York, I'm going to put this video out. I'm going to send it to your mother.
And that's coercion.
She testified to that.
If the jury
believed her, that's coercion. They would have Cassie. They would have sex trafficking of Cassie.
The complication is that Cassie never mentioned that in her direct testimony when she was on the stand. She never mentioned it on cross-examination. Only on redirect did the...
So you think that the jury might not believe her because they might be thinking, well, why wouldn't she have brought that up in the first place when she was testifying?
What I'm saying to you is maybe that's why they wanted to review the transcript. But, I mean, I don't think this is great news for Diddy that they came back this quickly unanimous.